Greetings and welcome to all. We're delving into a story today that has been teased on social media, discussed in fan communities, and now verified. Fans are in disbelief over the stunning story of Zach and Tori Roloff's divorce, Tori's brief marriage to her secret boyfriend, and Zach's dramatic arrest. This is the secret tale of controversy, heartache, and love in one of the most adored families on reality TV. This ride is going to be crazy, so fasten your seatbelt. Let's go back in time to Clock. Little People Big World used to be centered around Zach and Tori Roloff. Their story started in 2010 when Portland, Oregon-born Tori, a bright-eyed kindergarten teacher, accepted a temporary position at Roloff Farms. The farm was crowded with guests throughout the pumpkin season. When he first saw her, Zach, the easygoing son of Matt and Amy Roloff, was out in the fields. Immediately, sparks flew. Zach wasn't anything compared to Tori. Gregarious, vivacious, and quick to laugh. Zach, who is more shy and quiet, discovered. Her vitality drew him in. Soon after, they began dating, and viewers of the show followed their romance as it developed. These two were obviously meant to be, as seen by their awkward first dates and adorable moments on camera. When Zach proposed romantically on the farm in 2014, Tori accepted without hesitation. Zach and Tori were married in a picture-perfect ceremony at Roloff Farms on July 25, 2015. The fields were golden, the sun was beaming, and their love was evident. Tori was cheered down the aisle by her family and friends, as Zach's twin brother Jeremy supported him as best man. In front of a rustic arch, the couple exchanged vows, pledging to love and support one another no matter what. 4 years, they were the couple that people cheered for, and Zach later told the cameras, "Tori's my rock. I can't imagine life without her." Together, they created a life full of love, laughter, and soon-to-be children. Jackson Kyle Roloff, their son, in May 2017, was born, followed by their youngest child, Joja Luke, in April 2022, and daughter, Lila Ray, in November 2019. Zach's areoplasia, a type of dwarfism, was passed on to all 3 of their children. The couple accepted their advocacy role and spoke candidly and gracefully about their experience. It was a lovely story on the surface, but fairy tales aren't always enduring. Cracks were appearing behind the Instagram images and the grins. The Roloff family was irrevocably altered by the cracks that would ultimately destroy their marriage. To comprehend what transpired. Incorrect. We must consider the wider picture. Drama has always been a part of the Roloff family. After years of conflict, Zach's parents, Matt and Amy Roloff, separated in 2016, leaving behind scars and dividing the family farm. However, the true storm struck in 2021 when Matt made a choice that would permanently sever his relationship with Zach. Matt declared that he was selling the famous family house together with a section of the 16-acre Roloff Farms. This was more than simply land to Zach. It was his early years, his ancestry, and the legacy he hoped to leave his children. In an attempt to keep it in the family, he and Tori went to Matt with an offer to buy it, but the talks quickly soured. According to a family acquaintance, Zach thought Matt was excluding him. "You know, Dad wanted the farm for his children, a location where Joa, Lila, and Jackson could grow up just like him." However, Matt had a different idea, one that involved selling it completely or converting it into a rental property. It became unsightly. There were disputes and charges. Zach sensed. Betrayed. The consequences were severe. Zach was accused by Matt of being irrational. Tori, who is always the mediator, attempted to mediate the situation when Zach said his father was putting money above family, but even she was unable to resolve the conflict. Ultimately, Zach and Tori left with nothing and a broken heart. Late in 2021, they took a risk. They moved from Oregon to Battleground, Washington, which is around an hour away from the farm, after packing up their family. It was an opportunity to start over, get away from the turmoil, and create a more peaceful existence. They purchased a lovely 2-story house with lots of room for the children to play. However, the physical and mental separation just made their married neighbors' stress level higher. At first, they appeared content. Over time, it became apparent that something was wrong when you saw them outdoors with the kids, waving to the neighbors. They stopped laughing and talking as much as they once did. They appeared to be only performing the rituals. By Little People, Big World Season 25, it was impossible to conceal. The moments involving Zach and Tori felt rushed. Their relationship was tense. Zach's increasing dissatisfaction with Matt and the show itself was observed by fans. The pressure to perform, the continuous shooting, and the lack of privacy were all having a negative impact. Fans began speculating online. Are Tori and Zach all right? One commenter stated, when Zach and Tori revealed something shocking on their podcast, Raising Heights, in February 2024, the whispers became more widespread. Tori, we're done. That portion of our lives, that chapter, it's over. Zach, it's time to move on after such an amazing run. The show has been difficult, but it has also given us a lot. After 25 seasons, they were departing Little People, Big World. Although most fans were shocked, they felt it had to do with Matt's family dispute. Nobody could have foreseen what would happen next. In June 2024, 4 months after leaving the show, Zach and Tori made their divorce public. The image was destroyed when the news struck like a thunderbolt of the ideal pair that admirers had clung to for so long. After 14 years together and nearly a decade of marriage, we have made the difficult decision to part ways. This wasn't easy, but it's what's best for us and our children. We're committed to co-parenting Jackson, Layla, and Jose, and we asked for privacy as we navigate this new chapter. A joint statement that was posted to Instagram caused a huge uproar on social media. One fan tweeted, "They were my favorite couple. I can't believe it." On Reddit, someone else wrote, "What happened?" Everyone was curious. It turned out that the truth was more nuanced than anyone had anticipated. The conclusion of a reality TV career might be a turning moment for couples like Zach and Tori. Even in difficult times, the show provided structure to their relationship. For the cameras, they had to maintain their composure. When it was gone, they had to deal with the actual problems. The tension, the bitterness, and the growing separation between them. According to people close to the couple, after months of silent strife, a choice was made. The relocation to Washington has not resolved the issue. It had just brought their differences to light. Zach aimed to raise the children out of the spotlight and desired a calmer existence. Tori, on the other hand, missed the vibrancy of their former existence. The farm, the show, the community they established. They tried everything, including date evenings, counseling, and even a family trip to Hawaii, but they couldn't agree. Zach seemed to be withdrawing and closing down, Tori thought. Zach thought Tori didn't understand how. He was burned out. Though they were no longer in love, they still loved one another. After Zach and Tori agreed to share custody of their 3 children, the divorce was finalized in September 2024. After selling their house in Washington, they divided the proceeds, with Zach finding a residence a few miles away and Tori relocating to a comfortable rental close. They promised to maintain good relations, and for a time it appeared like they would. However, life had other ideas, and everyone would be shocked by the next chapter. Beginning in 2025, Tori was beginning to regain her balance. She started a modest online business selling children's clothes, started posting more on social media, and poured herself into parenthood. She exuded a radiance that her admirers had been missing for years. Then the rumors began in March 2025. Tori was spotted by paparazzi in Portland with an unidentified male. He was tall and attractive. Fans were unrelenting, focusing on every detail despite the blurry photographs. They demanded, "Who's this guy? Is Tori in a relationship already?" When Tori shared a mysterious Instagram story with a sunset photo and the remark, "New beginnings," the comment section erupted in speculation. Spill the tea, Tori. Do you have a significant other? This is what we discovered. The individual is a Portland-based businessman named David Thompson, who is 38 years old. David is renowned for his charm, good looks, and quiet confidence. He founded a thriving eco-friendly home goods company. According to sources, when Tori was still married to Zach, they first met at a children's health charity banquet in late 2023. Tori and David clicked immediately. He started talking to his sister, who is a huge fan of the show, while they were there. At first, it was just buddies and very harmless. Tori's marriage was respected by David. However, things changed when he contacted her to see how she was doing following the divorce. A few months after the divorce, in January 2025, their friendship blossomed into a sexual relationship. David was a welcome change for Tori. Stable, driven, and unencumbered by the Roloff family's baggage. At first, they avoided prying eyes by meeting for coffee dates and taking late-night walks. By spring, however, they were seen holding hands, smiling, and seemed to be a happy couple. David is completely enamored with Tori, friend. He gets along well with the kids and adores her humor, strength, and ability to brighten up a space. According to Jackson, he is the coolest. Even JoJo grows fond of him after Lila refers to him as Mr. D. He seems to fit in. Straight in. Then the shocking revelation. In 2025, Tori and David were married on June 15th. Tori's closest friends and her 3 children were among the 20 attendees at the tiny private ceremony held at a winery outside of Portland. The children stole the show as flower girls and ring bearers. Tori donned a plain white dress, and David wore a dapper suit. It was enchanted. Tori was radiant. David's smile would not go away. The children were bouncing about with joy. The love in the air was palpable. Everyone could see that she was starting over. Tori subsequently posted one image from the day to Instagram. Fans showered her and David with congrats when she posted a picture of them hand in hand with the remark, "Forever starts now." But some couldn't resist but inquire, what did Zach think? Zach was plummeting while Tori was enjoying the joys of newlywed. He was more affected by the divorce than he admitted. The Rock had always been the reliable one. But he was lost without Tori and the program. According to friends, he began to spend more time by himself, struggling with remorse, rage as well as a feeling of failure. Zach handled it harshly. He held himself responsible for the breakdown of the marriage. He missed Tori and their life together, even if it wasn't entirely his fault. It broke his heart to hear that she moved on so quickly. On August 22, 2025, Zach's problems reached a boiling point. He was attempting to relax with some friends at a bar in Vancouver, Washington. However, what began as a laid-back evening became a nightmare. Zach was consuming more alcohol than normal. Something dumb was stated by a guy in the pub. I'm not even sure why, but Zach lost it. He became boisterous, began to yell, and then pushed the man. Although it wasn't a full-on brawl, it was sufficient. The next thing you know, Zach is handcuffed after someone contacted the police. Zach was taken into custody on charges of public intoxication and disorderly conduct. He was imprisoned for the night. By dawn, a mugshot was making the rounds on the internet. It was a stomach punch to the fans. The pleasant father they had grown up watching, Zach Roloff, is now a disgraceful headline. Zach didn't attend his hearing, contest the accusations. He dropped his head, entered a guilty plea, and was given a $500 fine and 120 hours of community service by the judge. For the first time, he stood in front of the cameras outside the courthouse. "I made a mistake, Zach. I apologize to my followers, family, and children for allowing my emotions to control me. It's not who I am, and I'm trying to change that. All I want is to be the father my children deserve." Zach has remained quiet ever then, concentrating on his children and his atonement. He began going to treatment, gradually repaired those rifts by joining a support group and even reaching out to Matt and Amy. He is taking things one step at a time, even if it is a lengthy path. The Roloffs were unable to remain silent. Despite having a troubled past of their own, Matt and Amy supported Zach and offered their opinions on Tori's new phase. Matt says, "I've been there, made my own mistakes. Zach is my boy. He's hurting, but he's strong. He'll get through this." As for Tori and David, I'm glad for her. Zach's twin, Jeremy, and his wife, Audrey, also commented, saying that they've stayed close to both Zach and Tori, navigating the split with care. Jeremy, "Zach is my brother, my best friend, and I've always got his back." Amy, "It's hard seeing Zach like this. He's a good dad, a good man, just lost right now." Tori's new marriage. "I'll admit it stung at first, but she deserves happiness, and the kids seem okay. We love her and the kids too. It's strange, but we're working things out. Today, the dust is falling. Tori and David are creating a life together, combining their worlds with love and patience. The kids are thriving despite the chaos, dividing their time between their parents. Zach is regaining his footing and finding himself outside of the spotlights. They're making it work. Tori and Zach continue to communicate and plan for the kids. David respects that, and Zach is attempting to move on. What do you think of Zach and Tori's journey? Leave your thoughts in the comments. More updates. Tori Roloff is pregnant again. The Roloff family story has always been about perseverance, overcoming obstacles, growing through pain, and holding on to hope. Zach and Tori's divorce, Tori's secret marriage, and Zap's arrest are all chapters that no one saw coming, but they're not the end. It's a messy, beautiful, human tale of starting over. Share new baby news. In a new video, Tori and Zach Roloff of Little People reveal shocking baby news. The Little People Big World stars welcomed their third child, a son named Joja Luke, on April 30th, 2025. Tori, 31, has now disclosed that the little boy will be the last in their family line. The reality star held a session and a lineup with her 1.9 million Instagram followers on her Stories account on Thursday afternoon. Among the many questions asked of the TV personality was what would happen to her family of 5. Tori responded, 100% yes. We feel like we are done. To an admirer's question, do you and Zach still feel your family is 100% complete? She acknowledged that there are moments when she feels really overwhelmed, but she also acknowledged that having 3 kids is funny. They say you can tell when you are finished, and I was certain of it, like when they gave me Joa. I said done. We are doing fine, she said, gesturing to the camera. The LPBW star sparked baby rumors in March when she joked that she would like to have 10 more children if they all turned out like her baby son. The young mother shared a photo of Joa on Instagram, standing next to a wooden sign that read 11 months in one photo and leaning back on a blanket that showed his age in another. Tori's youngest child looked stunning in a small white blouse, gray pants, and a boutie. This admirable thing turns 1 month from now. The Tiny People, Big World star wrote as the description for the photo. It is impossible to stop this child. He loves life and is constantly moving. He truly is the happiest child imaginable, and we are all completely enamored with him. Then she continued, Joha has 6 teeth. He is just standing and moving around. You see, Sai can wave and clap, which is a terrific party trick. He still loves taking baths, and Josh is still obsessed with his brother and sister. More but not yet using words. As she admitted that she missed being pregnant a month earlier, she made a similar admission about having children with the caption, "It is amazing how you can despise something and love something so much." There is not much that bothers this boy, and honestly, if I could promise that if I had more kids that they would turn out like him, I would definitely have 10, Tori said. She continued by saying that she was kidding, saying, "No, I am not serious. We are finished. Not anymore. I adore you so much, Sai. I miss being pregnant, but I do not miss it at first." The TLC posted a picture of her pregnancy. Fans have been wondering for months that Tori is considering having another child with her husband Zach Roloff. Tori and Zach Roloff celebrated their son Joa's first birthday. What did they do? I'll tell you everything. Zach and Tori Roloff marked an important milestone. Joa, the Little People, Big World performer's youngest son. Tori wrote a heartfelt post to celebrate his first birthday on Sunday, saying, "Happy birthday, Joa." The song, Forever and Ever Amen, by Brent Morgan, was written next to a video in which the birthday boy is shown eating his cake while sitting in a high chair with balloons with a rodeo theme all around him. The seat is positioned in front of a banner that reads, Joa's First Rodeo. Shortly after his delivery, the movie ends with Tori holding him in the hospital. On that day, Tori wrote a heartfelt letter to her son, saying, "Happy birthday to Joa, our darling son. I wrote, Sai, you are very loved. You are the sweetest person ever. Seeing your family makes you joyful all the time. You are on the go and prepared for anything. I appreciate how devoted you are to your siblings and you enjoy eating and taking baths. The past year has been so much fun getting to love you. See Sai, let's celebrate all day long." The post included a collection of pictures of Joa. Before his birthday photo shoot, Tori gave her fans an update on Joa's recent accomplishments and shared a final month's worth of photos, captioning the picture of her and Zach's baby boy sleeping on the mat she's been using since his first month milestone, 12 months of Joa. It seems like you were here all the time, as I have said since we first met. I have enjoyed getting to know you over the past year and seeing you develop. We love you, Joa. This past year has been a true treasure. I am so excited to celebrate you today. P.S. I am so happy these pictures are finished because they were becoming hopeless. This little boy never stays still. Happy birthday, my darling son. Joa is getting up and getting ready to go for a walk. Sai is usually very happy and cheerful. He enjoys eating and taking baths, waving and clapping. These days, Josa hates going to bed and is totally unaware when it comes to spending time with his family. Tori, 31, and Zach, 32, are also parents to Lila, 3, and Jackson, 5. No more today. What are your thoughts on this rumor? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And please subscribe to our channel for more updates like this one. Thank you.